Hello, my friend. Let me tell you about Mary, a warm-hearted 68-year-old who lived just down the street. She was the kind of neighbor who always had a cheerful hello and a cup of tea ready for anyone passing by. Every morning, like clockwork, she drank her glass of milk, believing it was her secret to strong bones. "I've never broken a bone in my life," she'd proudly say. But one frosty morning last winter, Mary slipped on her porch and fell. The result? A fractured wrist. She was stunned. "I drink milk every day," she said to her doctor in disbelief. But the tests revealed something unexpected. Her calcium levels were low, and her bones were more fragile than she thought. What happened? The truth is, strong bones aren't just about drinking milk. It's about what your body can absorb, how it uses nutrients, and whether you're giving it the right building blocks. And sometimes, what we've been taught all our lives, like milk is the best source of calcium, just doesn't hold up, especially as we age. You see, as we get older, our bodies change. Digestion changes. Absorption slows. The foods we tolerated in our 30s and 40s may not work as well in our 60s and 70s. But here's the good news: you don't have to rely on milk alone. There are everyday foods, many of them plant-based, easier to digest, and packed with calcium, that can strengthen your bones naturally. In today's video, we're going to uncover 7 surprising foods that contain more calcium than milk. These are foods you may already have in your kitchen. And what's even better, they support your heart, digestion, and overall vitality. So grab your tea, get comfortable, and let's explore how you can build stronger bones, naturally and deliciously. Let Mary's story be a gentle reminder: it's never too late to learn something new, and take better care of the body that carries you through life. When most people think of calcium, they think of milk. A cold glass at breakfast. Maybe a splash in your coffee. Generations of advertisements have told us it's the best way to build strong bones. And while milk does contain calcium, about 300 milligrams per 8-ounce glass, it's far from the only source. In fact, relying solely on milk might not be the best choice, especially as we get older. Here's why: as we age, our bodies naturally become less efficient at absorbing calcium. Even if you're consuming enough of it, your body might not be using it effectively. And that's where the conversation gets interesting. Calcium is more than just a number on a nutrition label. It's a mineral that supports bone structure, sure, but it also plays a vital role in muscle contractions, nerve signals, hormone regulation, and even your heartbeat. The challenge is making sure the calcium you consume actually gets to where it's needed, your bones, and doesn't end up being flushed away or deposited in the wrong places, like your arteries. Let's start with the allies that help calcium do its job. Vitamin D is the biggest one. It's essential for calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to absorb calcium from food. You can get vitamin D through sunlight, fortified foods, or fatty fish like sardines and salmon. Then there's magnesium. It works behind the scenes to convert vitamin D into its active form. It also helps regulate where calcium goes, guiding it toward bones instead of soft tissues. Magnesium can be found in nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and whole grains. A lesser-known player is vitamin K2. While vitamin K1 helps with blood clotting, K2 helps transport calcium out of your arteries and into your bones, where it belongs. It's found in fermented foods like natto, hard cheeses, and egg yolks. Now, let's talk about the blockers. Oxalates, for example, are compounds found in foods like spinach, beet greens, and rhubarb. They can bind to calcium in your gut, making it harder for your body to absorb. That's why spinach, despite being high in calcium, isn't a great calcium source on its own. Caffeine and excess salt can also interfere. Too much caffeine, more than 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, may slightly reduce calcium absorption. High sodium intake increases calcium loss through urine. It's also important to remember that calcium supplements aren't always the solution. If taken incorrectly or in excessive amounts, they can lead to calcium buildup in the arteries, especially if you're low in vitamin D or magnesium. That's why many doctors now recommend getting calcium primarily from food. So where does this leave us? It leaves us in a better position, because now we know that strong bones depend on more than just calcium intake. They depend on a network of nutrients and healthy habits that support absorption, metabolism, and balance. In the next section, we'll dive into 7 foods that aren't just rich in calcium, they also come naturally bundled with many of the cofactors your body needs to use calcium properly. These are foods that go beyond milk, offering a more complete, more digestible, and often more enjoyable way to care for your bones. If you've ever felt confused about whether you're doing enough to protect your bones, this next part will offer clarity, and, hopefully, some inspiration too. Let's begin. 1. Chia seeds, tiny seeds, big bones. At first glance, chia seeds may look insignificant, just tiny black dots tossed into smoothies or sprinkled over oatmeal. But don't let their size fool you. Chia seeds are one of nature's most powerful plant-based sources of calcium. In fact, just 3.5 ounces, about 100 grams, of chia seeds contain over 600 milligrams of calcium, double what you'd get from a glass of milk. What makes chia even more special is its bioavailable nutrition. These seeds are also rich in magnesium, plant-based protein, fiber, and omega-3 fatty acids, all of which support not just your bones, but your heart, brain, and digestion as well. For older adults, this gentle, nutrient-packed food is easy on the stomach and fits beautifully into a dairy-free or low-dairy lifestyle. How can you enjoy chia seeds? One of the simplest ways is to make overnight chia pudding. Just mix 2 teaspoons of chia seeds with a cup of almond milk, add a dash of cinnamon or honey, and let it sit in the fridge overnight. By morning, you'll have a creamy, calcium-rich breakfast. Alan, a 72-year-old viewer of our channel, shared how he started adding chia to his morning yogurt. 3 months later, his bone scan showed a slight improvement in density. It's not a miracle, he said, but it's a start. And that's the truth, small steps can build stronger bones, one seed at a time. 2. Almonds, crunchy and bone-friendly. When your hand reaches for a snack in the afternoon, what do you usually grab? Chips? Cookies? What if your next handful could help strengthen your bones? Almonds are a crunchy, satisfying snack that packs a serious punch when it comes to calcium, around 260 milligrams in just 3.5 ounces. But that's just the beginning. Almonds also deliver magnesium, which helps direct calcium into your bones instead of your arteries, and vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that supports cellular health. And here's the beautiful part, almonds are easy to enjoy. You can toss them in a salad, mix them into your morning oatmeal, or simply enjoy a small handful on their own. Want to get creative? Try almond butter on toast, or blend it into smoothies for a creamy texture and nutty flavor. Judy, a 65-year-old subscriber, shared that she started keeping a small jar of almonds on her kitchen counter. I used to snack on crackers, she told us. Now I grab almonds instead. My nails feel stronger, and my afternoon slump is gone. Not only are almonds more nutritious than many traditional snacks, they're also less processed, lower in sugar, and offer a natural way to increase your calcium intake throughout the day. Let your bones, and your body, thank you for choosing something so small yet so powerfully nourishing. 3. Sesame seeds, the tiny powerhouse. Sesame seeds may be small, but their calcium content is mighty. Just 3.5 ounces, about 100 grams, of sesame seeds provide an astounding 1,000 milligrams of calcium. That's more than 3 times the calcium in an 8-ounce glass of milk. But sesame's strength doesn't stop there. These little seeds are also rich in magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, and healthy fats that support joint function and reduce inflammation. What makes sesame seeds especially attractive for older adults is their versatility. You can sprinkle them on roasted vegetables, mix them into baked goods, or stir them into stir-fries. But perhaps the most delicious way to enjoy them is through tahini, a creamy sesame paste commonly used in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern dishes. Years ago, I visited a friend in Lebanon whose father, at 82, still walked several miles every day without a cane. Each morning, he ate flatbread with tahini and olive oil, a family tradition. It made me think, perhaps there's real wisdom in these ancient diets. One small note: sesame seeds are high in oxalates, which can slightly reduce calcium absorption. But when consumed as part of a balanced diet rich in vitamin D and magnesium, the benefits far outweigh the drawbacks. So next time you reach for a garnish, remember, a sprinkle of sesame could mean stronger bones for years to come. 4. Sardines, with bones, nature's calcium capsule. For some, sardines might seem like an odd choice, small, oily fish in a can, with bones still intact. But those soft, edible bones, that's where their power lies. In just 3.5 ounces, sardines with bones deliver about 380 milligrams of calcium, and in a form that your body can easily absorb. But sardines aren't just about calcium. They also come naturally packed with vitamin D, which helps your body absorb and use calcium efficiently. Plus, they offer omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation and high-quality protein to maintain muscle mass, especially vital for seniors. For those wary of the taste, you're not alone. My Uncle Joe used to turn up his nose at sardines. That changed when his cardiologist suggested them for their heart health benefits. Joe mashed them with a bit of lemon and spread them over toast. It grew on me, he chuckled, and over time, so did his energy levels. Sardines are incredibly versatile. You can toss them into pasta, make a sardine salad with herbs and mustard, or pair them with crackers and sliced cucumber for a light lunch. If you're lactose intolerant or simply looking for more variety, sardines offer a complete, compact, and natural source of calcium, bones included. So don't be afraid to explore the can aisle next time you shop. Stronger bones might just come in a tin. 5. Calcium set tofu, the vegan bone booster. If you're looking for a plant-based food that builds strong bones without upsetting your stomach, calcium set tofu is one of the best-kept secrets. Not all tofu is created equal. What you want is the kind made with calcium sulfate, which gives it a firm texture and boosts its calcium content to about 350 milligrams per 3.5 ounces. What makes tofu such a great option for older adults is its digestibility and versatility. It's naturally low in fat, contains zero cholesterol, and provides a solid dose of plant-based protein, iron, and magnesium, all essential nutrients for maintaining muscle and bone strength. A retired nurse named Carol told us how she switched to tofu after a cholesterol checkup. At first I wasn't sure, she admitted. But then I learned how to bake it with herbs, and now I crave it. Her doctor was pleased too. Her cholesterol dropped, and her bone scans held steady. You can cube tofu and bake it for a crispy snack, blend it into smoothies for a creamy boost, or stir-fry it with garlic and leafy greens for a calcium-rich dinner. It's one of the few vegan-friendly foods that checks so many boxes: calcium, protein, and balance, in one simple, affordable package. So don't overlook tofu because of its bland appearance. It's a quiet powerhouse for your bones, especially when chosen and cooked with care. 6. Kale and collard greens, green and strong. Leafy greens are a staple in healthy diets, but not all greens are created equal when it comes to calcium. Two standouts, kale and collard greens, offer impressive benefits, especially for seniors seeking non-dairy calcium sources. Kale contains about 150 milligrams of calcium per 3.5 ounces, and what sets it apart is its high bioavailability, meaning your body can absorb the calcium it provides more effectively. Collard greens offer even more, roughly 230 mg per 3.5 ounces, and are loaded with vitamins K, A, and C, which support bone metabolism and tissue repair. Best of all, both of these greens are low in oxalates, compounds found in spinach and beet greens that can block calcium absorption. That makes kale and collards an even smarter choice for your bones. I once spoke with James, a retired teacher and avid gardener, who proudly grows collard greens in his backyard. He sautés them in olive oil and garlic and eats them almost every day. His doctor was surprised to find that James's bone density was higher than average for his age. James smiled and said, "Must be the greens." Whether in salads, soups, or sautés, these leafy greens are more than just trendy, they're powerful protectors of your bones. Rotate both in your meals, and you'll be nourishing your body with nature's green medicine. 7. Bonus tip: mix, match, and track for a stronger week. Now that you've discovered 7 powerful, calcium-rich foods, from chia seeds to collard greens, you might be wondering, how do I fit these into my daily life? The key isn't perfection. It's consistency, variety, and simple routines that stick. That's why we're inviting you to try a 7-day bone strengthening challenge. It's easy. Each day, add just one of these calcium-rich foods to a meal or snack. Here's a simple roadmap. Day 1, add chia seeds to your oatmeal or yogurt. Day 2, snack on a handful of almonds or spread almond butter on toast. Day 3, make a tahini dressing or sprinkle sesame seeds over roasted veggies. Day 4, enjoy sardines on whole grain crackers with cucumber and lemon. Day 5, stir-fry tofu with broccoli and garlic. Day 6, sauté collard greens or make a kale salad. Day 7, combine your favorites for a nourishing, calcium-packed dinner. To stay motivated, consider tracking your meals on a whiteboard, journal, or a simple notes app. Note how you feel: energy, digestion, sleep, or even your mood. You might be surprised at how quickly small changes add up. Remember, building strong bones isn't about big gestures. It's about the little choices made daily, and those choices are completely within your reach. So let's take the first step together. Your bones, and your future self, will thank you. Let's return to Mary's story, the 68-year-old woman who drank milk faithfully every day, yet still ended up with a broken wrist. When her doctor told her that her calcium levels were low, she was shocked. "But I've been doing everything right," she said quietly. That quiet moment of confusion is something many of us have felt. We follow the advice we've always known, and yet our bodies start to speak a different truth. Mary's story is not about failure. It's about relearning, rebuilding, and reclaiming control over our health. It's a story that reflects a larger truth: aging doesn't mean weakness, it means change. And with change comes an opportunity to adapt, to grow wiser, and to make better choices for the years ahead. Too often, we're told that aging is about limitation, about loss of strength, flexibility, or independence. But I believe the opposite is true. It's in these years that we finally have the freedom to slow down, to notice our bodies more closely, and to treat them with the gentleness and intelligence they deserve. That includes understanding that strong bones aren't built by just one habit, like drinking milk. They're built by intentional, daily nourishment from a variety of sources. Each food we've discussed, chia seeds, almonds, sesame, sardines, tofu, kale, collards, is more than just a healthy option. It's a tool. A natural, accessible tool for building strength from the inside out. These foods don't just carry calcium. They carry other nutrients that help your body actually use that calcium, nutrients like magnesium, vitamin D, and healthy fats. But maybe more importantly, they represent a shift from relying on outdated advice to embracing modern knowledge rooted in tradition and science. Many of these foods have been staples in global diets for generations. We're not reinventing the wheel, we're remembering what works. And here's the emotional truth of it: our bones carry our stories. They carry us through dances at weddings, long walks with loved ones, through holding grandchildren, and sometimes just through a quiet afternoon tending the garden. They are the foundation of every moment we value. That's why they deserve our care. This journey isn't about perfection. It's not about becoming a health fanatic. It's about becoming more attuned to your body's real needs, and honoring them with smart, sustainable, and delicious choices. So whether you're just learning this now or adjusting after years of doing it one way, know this: it's never too late to protect the structure that holds you upright, steady, and strong. Let's nourish not just our bones, but our confidence, and keep walking forward with resilience and joy. Now that you've learned which foods offer more calcium than milk, and how they support not just bone health, but your overall well-being, it's time to bring that knowledge into your daily life. Think of this as an invitation, not a task. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Instead, start with one small change. Maybe it's swapping out that sugary afternoon cookie for a handful of almonds. Maybe tomorrow you try tofu in your stir-fry, or add chia seeds to your breakfast routine. These aren't drastic moves, they're gentle, thoughtful steps toward a stronger, healthier you. Let's take it a bit further. I encourage you to take on our 7-day bone strengthening challenge. Each day, pick just one of the foods we've talked about and add it to a meal or snack. Don't worry about being perfect, this is about forming habits that are easy, enjoyable, and realistic. You might find that after a week, certain foods just start becoming part of your rhythm. That's when you know it's working. Also, try noting how you feel. It might seem unrelated, but small improvements in digestion, mood, or energy can be subtle signs that your body is responding positively to better nutrition. Keep a small journal or use the Notes app on your phone. Jot down what you ate, how you felt, and what you might want to try next. These observations can help you stay motivated, and over time, they can reveal powerful progress. And remember, bone health isn't just a physical matter. It's emotional. It's about staying mobile, feeling confident, and knowing that your body is strong enough to keep up with your life. Every step you take, whether it's in the grocery store, your kitchen, or out on a morning walk, is a step toward preserving your independence and vitality. If this video has helped shift your thinking about calcium and bone health, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who might need this message too. Our ElderSpark community is built on connection, and by spreading knowledge, we lift each other up. Let's keep building strong bones, together. Not just with milk, but with mindful choices that support the body and spirit, every single day. Today, we uncovered a powerful truth: milk isn't the only answer to strong bones. From tiny chia seeds to hearty collard greens, there are natural, calcium-rich foods that go beyond what we've been told for decades. And the best part? They're accessible, delicious, and packed with other nutrients your body truly needs, like magnesium, vitamin D, and healthy fats. Remember, your bones are more than just a structure, they're your support system for the life you want to live. Every small choice you make today shapes how strong, active, and independent you'll feel tomorrow. So whether you start with a sprinkle of sesame seeds or a forkful of sautéed kale, know that you're doing something meaningful for your health. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep nourishing yourself, one meal, one habit, one day at a time.